Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Seth, and in today's movie we're going to be reviewing / rating is the movie Marty Supreme. Now I want to give some disclaimers before we start this video. The first one being that I am going to be talking about this movie, so there will be some spoilers. To the second one being that I am going to be giving my opinions and my takes on this movie. So if you do not like this, that's fine. If you do like my opinion and takes, that's great. Now onto the rating side, we're going to be doing it out of 5 stars, with half of a star being the lowest it can go, to 5 stars being the highest it can go. Now let's get on to the video. Marty Supreme is directed, written, produced, and edited by Josh Safdie, and also co-written, co-produced, and co-edited by Ron Bernstein. And for the cast, Timothy Chalamet is Marty Mauser, the main character, and he is an American table tennis player. Gwyneth Paltrow is Kay Stone, who is a retired film actress turned to theatrical stage actress. Odessa Zion is Rachel Meisler, who is Marty's on and off romantic partner. To Kevin O'Leary as Milton Rockwell, a businessman. To Tyler the Creator as Wally, Marty's best friend. To Fran Drescher, Marty's mom. To Abel Ferreira as Ezra Mishkin, a old man gangster. Now, Marty Supreme is set in New York in 1950s, where a young Marty Mauser is ambitious and driven to be the best table tennis player in the world. He will stop at nothing to obtain that goal. He will lie, he will steal, and he will manipulate anyone he can to get closer to that goal. And through this movie, he will go through obstacles to try to reach that goal. Now that is just a brief synopsis of the movie. It also talks a lot about other things that we'll be discussing in this movie. With the first one being how no one really believes in Marty's dreams, really. There's only like one person that kind of believes in his dreams, and that is Rachel. And they have a relationship throughout this movie. But like even his family doesn't even really believe in his dreams. They think it's too big to obtain. They want him to settle down and to just take the family business. But that's not Marty. Marty is wanting to reach this goal, and he has the drive to do it. The second thing I think this movie talks about too is how once you have a skill or a talent, let's say you're good at drawing or you're good at writing, but in this case, in this movie, it's table tennis, and Marty's really good at that. In comes in Kevin O'Leary, as Milton Rockwell, and they meet one night at a dinner, and Milton is just intrigued by Marty's personality. So he goes to see Marty at a table tennis match, and he's also intrigued and fascinated, / shocked even too, on how table tennis can be so intense, and how just so interesting it can be. So throughout the movie, Marty and Milton have a transactional relationship where Milton uses Marty to get more eyes on his product and to get more richer, whereas Marty uses Milton to get places that he can to reach closer to his goal, more in a financial sense. It also discusses too how, are you willing to sell out to be richer, or are you doing it because you love what you're doing and you want to show your talents and skills in this movie? The second thing, the other thing it talks about in this movie too is how you can be so narrow focused with wanting to reach your goal that you kind of get lost in how you could be perceived as a person, or how you could be affecting other people in this movie. Also too, and this is probably the bigger part on this one topic, is that how you could try so hard to reach that goal, but it might not be enough. And also too, what happens if you hit a roadblock or an obstacle? And that's just more towards the end of the movie, but that movie, it also talks a lot about it in this movie too. Now while doing my research for this, found out Marty Mauser is a real person. A guy named Marty Reisman, who was an American table tennis player and was a very good one. He won 22 major titles throughout 1946 to 2002 when he retired. Now on to the technical side of this movie. The casting is just stellar. Everyone does such a good job in their own roles. And it also feels like a New York film in a sense too. To even just the casting and how they do all their performances. The soundtrack too is very good. It uses 80s music in some of those table tennis scenes to make it feel intense, to when he's even rehearsing and practicing on his table tennis, it also feels motivational in how they use some of those tracks. And the ending for that song is just really great, I thought. Super understanding of what that moment was. This movie is very stress-inducing and intense and obstacle-driven. As I did say, it is directed by Josh Safdie, and if you've ever seen a Safdie Brothers film, it's exactly what I just said. Anxiety-driven, intense. It does give more of a uncut gems to good times kind of feeling. Now onto the rating, I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. This was very good. I thought I was very intrigued by it. And as someone who's in their 20s, it is nice to see someone who is so determined on what they want to be and wanting to show their talent and skills that it felt very admirable to see that as a 20-year-old. And that is all for this movie and for this rating and review. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.